The phrase slap and kiss tells you everything. It refers to a love and hate relationship in which couples bicker, fight, argue, and end up kissing or making love. Their hatred for one another starts after a misunderstanding or simply because one of them is a jerk. Believe me or not, I don't feel like watching this kind of drama, but it is interesting and satisfying to watch until the male lead, or vice versa, regrets what they did. I hate when they did something horrible but still get forgiven in the end, so I don't usually finish it. Moreover, I want to remind you that things you will see in this drama, such as violence against women, should not be romanticized. We can watch them out of curiosity, but we should not find them romantic and normal. It should never happen in real life at all. So now, let's start. In this video, I will list my top 30 slap and kiss Thailand drama of all time as of August 2022. Number 30. Mon Rak Asun. The female is a teacher who faces lots of problems. Her father's friend, who works with the male lead, advises her to work with him by teaching his son. However, they dislike each other at first, and the male lead's son does not want to study or have a teacher. Number 29. Four loves a vengeful flame. The male lead's dads were business partners, but then the male lead's father cheated on the female lead's father. Because of this, her family was shattered. She was taken care of by her uncle and studied abroad. After coming back, she determined to take revenge on the man who destroyed her family. She starts by flirting with his oldest son, who is the male lead. But to protect his family, he decides to keep her far away by kidnapping her to an island where she can do no harm. But the more these two stay together, the more feelings grow. Number 28. Love Circle of Resentment. The male lead comes back from studying overseas to take over the family business and meets the female lead. He finds out that her father hurt his mother in the past and decides to get revenge on the female lead, who easily falls for his charms. The story is complicated, but it's basically about the entanglement and love affairs of two families which circle around the next generation, fueling hatred, revenge, and love. Number 27. Under the Spell of Moon. The female lead's half sister goes out with guys while pretending to be her. After getting dumped, one of the guys dies in a car crash. And now, the friend of the man who dies is the male lead. He accuses the female lead of being the cause and vows to get revenge on her. She, on the other hand, has no clue why she's being bullied by this man. Number 26. Chiang Can Memory. The female is a famous model who was heartbroken and tried to commit suicide. She survived, but she lost some of her memories, including her ex-boyfriend. And so, she tries to regain these memories back and decides to go back to Chiang Can. On the other hand, the male is a piano teacher who was also heartbroken. In order to move on, she also travels to Chiang Can. And now, a homestay welcomed them to the town, and dramas and incidents followed thereafter. Number 25. The Secret Truth. The female is the only daughter of the man who was accused of killing the male's mother. She disguised herself as a nightclub singer in order to investigate the truth and prove the innocence of her dad. The male wanted to chase her away, but there's something about her that makes him want to help her prove the truth. Number 24. The Khao Kalong. The female was hit in a car accident by the male lead's mother. She takes the female lead to the hospital where she was diagnosed with amnesia. And so, she takes her to her own house. However, the male lead believes that she is faking her amnesia to take advantage of his mother. He's suspicious of her while being attracted to her as well. Number 23. Illicit Wife. The female is a young lady who meets the male lead. He instantly falls in love with her and comes to her rescue to fight a snatcher. However, he misunderstood her and saw her as a gold digger. Then the female lead was sent to work as a maid in his house to pay off her debt. But the male lead was always get angry with her as he misunderstood that she is someone who is a flirty gold digger. Number 22. Bittersweet Promise of Revenge. After finding out that her fiancé cheated, the female lead was heartbroken and walks home in the rain. But while crossing the street, she was hit by a young woman's car. In the aftermath of the accident, the female lead is hospitalized but the young woman was pronounced dead. Apparently, the young woman is the male lead's newly married wife. And now, after finding out who caused his wife's car accident, he vows to get revenge. Number 21. Force of Passion. The Millie's fathers had built a successful business together. However, the Millie's father committed suicide after the female's father had cheated on him, resulting in his family suffering in poverty. Now, the Millie returned as a millionaire businessman to take revenge. The female was forced to become his mistress for a year in exchange for her father's mansion, the last piece of her family fortune. Number 20. Game of Vengeance. The male is a young businessman who blames the female's brother for his sister's attempted suicide and condition. And so, he decides to get revenge by kidnapping his sister, who is the female lead. He takes her to an abandoned island and tortures her physically and emotionally. However, things don't always go as planned as he starts developing feelings for her and learns that someone else may be behind his sister's attack. Number 19. 100 Trickery's Dangerous Passion. The Millen's dads used to be good friends and even invested their own money in a business together. However, the Millen's dad betrayed his own friend and stole the whole business for himself. 20 years later, the Millen's dad knew that he will die soon, and because of his guilt, he gave the female lead a large amount of money. When his dad died, the male lead came back from abroad for the funeral and found out the will of his dad. He gets angry and wants to get back at the female lead. And so, he makes her fall in love with him so she will sign over all the money to him. Number 18. You Prince, the Handsome Cowboy. The male lead is a charming bad boy from the Faculty of Agriculture. They are each other's first love. However, she has become a down-to-earth girl who dislikes egocentric and arrogant people like him. When they meet again, they start on the wrong foot. He takes her cold behavior as a challenge and tries to win her over. Number 17. The Sun Weaves Light. The female lead is an interior designer. Being impressed by her past works, the male lead, who is a well-known rich playboy, chooses her. However, when she proceeded to meet the male lead, she realized that she had met him before and nearly got her killed. His attitude annoyed her and she didn't want to work for him, but he refused to change her for someone else in the company. Number 16. Evil Rose Becomes Love. The female lead's father married a much younger woman, and so her main goal is to break them up. However, there is a problem. Her new stepmother's brother, who is the male lead. He is there to watch her every move, and if she does something evil, he is there to protect his sister. Number 15. Evil Love. When the female lead leaves to go study abroad, she promises that the male lead will be the first person to see her degree when she comes back. However, while she was away, a tragedy happened and his parents passed away. All this happens without her knowing. So when she comes back looking for him, only to hear that his entire family died, she is shocked. But actually, he is still alive and was determined to get revenge for the wrongdoings done to him and his family. Wrongdoings that have been instigated by the female lead's family. Number 14. Power in the Shadow. The story revolved around the female lead who pretended to be her twin sister to get revenge. The backstory is that her sister committed suicide because of a man who was actually a player and has already a wife and kids. While getting revenge, she meets the male lead, her sister co-worker, and someone who genuinely likes her sister. Number 13. Shadow of the Heart. The male lead is a young man who was forced to take over his twin brother's life in hope of finding the person who tried to kill his brother. On the other hand, the female lead is his brother's fiancée. Their engagement is just a business and not based on love. And when he replaces his brother, she doesn't notice and marries him. And as time goes by, she gradually realizes that he's a different man while slowly falling in love. Number 12. Different lines of horizon. The female returns home from abroad because her father is sick. She learns that her father is in huge debt and they need money to cover the medical expenses. On the other hand, the male is the owner of a rubber tree plantation and hires the female as a favor to his cousin. However, they don't get along. Despite that, in order to avoid being engaged to his mom's friend's daughter, he asks her to marry him from a large sum of money. Number 11. The Destiny of Love. The male is half Korean who pretty much believes that all women are gold diggers. While in Thailand, he goes to a bar and meets the female lead, a sexy singer who is popular among men there. The two always get in a fight but eventually they came to an understanding and fall in love. However, everything shattered when they found out that the female lead's mother is the male lead's new stepmother. Number 10. The son's power. The male is a tough guy who is determined to bring justice to his older sister's killer, while the female is a young lady who returns from studying abroad to prove her brother's innocence. He is being accused of murdering his wife, who is the male's older sister. To make matters worse, he believes that the male was just trying to cover up her brother's deed. Number 9. Chain of Vengeance. The female is an heiress from a wealthy family. Before going abroad, something terrible happened to her. 4 years later, she came back with a set of twins ready to start a new life. She then meets the man who caused her suffering after many years and decides to help her father into the warring game as revenge after finding out that he was working for her father's rival. Number 8. Love's Depth. The male is CEO who comes from a gangster background but wants to turn away from his past and rebuild a new life. He meets the female lead, a student, and falls in love with her. However, they are separated due to misunderstandings. Number 7. Dragon's Blood Sue. The female and male lead, who is a young mafia, pieces off each other, so they start teasing and pranking each other. While they continue fighting, she saved his life many times coincidentally. Later, she finds out about his true identity, and his parents try to wed them. However, the male lead can accept his feelings for her. On the other hand, the female lead starts to notice that things didn't happen accidentally, and the person behind the assassination attempts is somebody close to them. Number 6. Evil Game Loses Love Game. The male lead is an islander who found the male lead, a 17-year-old girl, lying unconscious on the beach. He realizes that she has amnesia and so he takes care of her. They fall in love with each other. However, the female lead has been taken back forcibly by her sister and the male lead was shot. After returning, she gets shock therapy treatment until she regains her memories. But she loses all her memories about him. Her sister lies and don't tell her anything. When the male lead awakens, he decided to go to the capital to look for the male lead. And a few years later, he finally meets her. But he's very hurt and angry because she doesn't remember him at all. Number 5. Once Upon a Time in My Heart. The female lead is heartbroken because her ex-boyfriend cheated on her and has still the nerve to chase her. So to avoid him, she travels to Japan. However, she accidentally meets a Hong Kong mafia who is the male lead. He was shot and needed a place to stay that night. So he ordered her to take him to her hotel room. And that's how their love story starts. Number 4. A Woman's Trickery. The female lead's father embezzled money from the male lead's company. And now, her father decided to sell her to the male lead to pay off his debts, and because he knew that his family wanted an heir. And as the male lead and female lead spent time together and cleared their misunderstanding, they gradually begin to fall in love with each other. From enemy to the heart, the male lead was forced to work as a gunman due to his dark past, and one day, he was hired to kill a woman who is the female lead. However, it was complicated because his target is his ex-girlfriend's sister. And now, he has two choices: protect her or kill her. Number 2, Heart of Stone. The male lead is a child of a mistress who was abused by his stepmother and a stepbrother. Despite that, he meets a girl next door, the female lead, who also suffers from her so-called family. One night, after being chased by his stepmother, the male lead jumps into the river and was presumed dead, although he survives. After a few years, he returned as a rich and notorious man and was determined to avenge his mother and get revenge. However, he was reunited with the female lead and has to hide his real identity. Number 1, Waves of Life. The female lead is a famous actress and model. Her mother married a rich man who lusted after her. After being attempted to get drugged, she manages to escape. However, she accidentally hits a young woman while driving, who later died. The young woman is the male lead's fiancé, and now he vows to get revenge on the female lead who killed his beloved. And that's how their hate-to-love relationship starts. And that's my top 30 slap and kiss Thailand drama of all time as of August 2022. Thank you for watching!